we're back.
We are.
What are you doing? You're just wiping off your hat.
I've got a dirty hat, like Sean Paul.
Like a Sean Paul.
Yeah, Sean Paul, dirty hat.
A dirty hat up in here. Anyway, welcome to Razorcast.
Yeah.
As always, I'm still Chris.
I am also still Chris, as always.
As always, no
As
change.
always. No change, nothing changes.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
But we apologise. It's been a week of delay.
It has.
You know, we have a life as well. You see. And
Yeah, life. It's just been. Both of us have just been really hectic, both at the same time. So we didn't manage to get round to actually meeting and recording last week.
Well, we met, but we didn't record.
No, true.
We will talk about it.
To be fair, we had better fucking things to do than talk to you cunts.
Yeah, pretty much it. Like Zealanada.
Exactly.
What more do you want?
Exactly. Can you compete with Zealanada? Are you as good as Zealanada? No, so eat shit.
But if you're not with a label company or anything else and you have music, and send it on through and we'll play it to everybody.
Oh yeah, do that.
You can do that.
So apologies for last week, but we are back on schedule. Just to give you guys a heads up, we're not going to take a break over Christmas. We've got big plans.
Yeah.
So next week we are going to do our 2018 awards show.
An award show.
So it's going to be bigger than the Grammys, glossier than the Oscars, and
more hectic than the Brit Awards.
yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but thank you.
I don't know.
You've dug me out of a hole. So we're going to do that next
We
week.
will do that, but the one thing we will leave off of that special is our album of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Because come the week after, we will end up doing our top 20.
Wow.
The 2 weeks after, sorry.
2 weeks after, so we're going to do the awards next week. The following week we are going to do a special, so we're going to do a deep dive on a band that we think needs talking about.
Yeah. Be our
and
first
then
proper special.
it will be. We're going to do a proper little special, and on the end of that we're still going to give you a playlist.
Yeah.
But this one's going to be the best rock and metal
Christmas songs. Because, we've got to get festive and all that jazz.
Exactly. And then talking about getting festive, we are not having a week off for Christmas.
No.
We will be in your ears. We will be coming in your ears.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Because why the fuck not?
Yes. So Christmas Day, me and Chris are going to
Although we might be a little bit worse for wear during that one.
Yeah, don't expect a huge amount of sense, and probably some tears from me.
Possibly.
Because we're going to count down our top 20 albums of 2018.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
It's going to be good, isn't it?
It's going to be good.
Get the Baileys out.
Oh, crack open the Baileys.
Crack open Baileys, lad.
I'm not even going to attempt. Anyway, if you're new to the show, we will do what we always do. We start off with our fresh cuts, which is all the best news.
Yes.
Then we go off and tell you about what we've been listening to this week, or last 2 weeks, I suppose. Sorry for the delay for the bands, but and then we will end on this week's playlist, which we still don't have a name for. But please write your suggestions in on the Facebook, Twitter page, Instagram, whatever you want to write to us on. And we will talk about our songs which we feel were inspired by possibly drugs.
Either inspired by or have an
association
or just sound like they induce the same feeling as a drug, which my first one of the playlist always does for me.
Big time. Yeah. So let's go where we start always and start with the news. It's alright. So where are we starting?
Yeah, okay.
Want to start?
Yeah, I can start if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
So, it's kind of sad news and good news at the same time, I suppose.
Ooh. I like both.
Yeah. Phil Demmel has joined Slayer for the rest of their European tour.
Yes.
Phil Demmel of Machine Head fame. We talked a little while ago about Machine Head essentially breaking up, really, and Dave McClain, the drummer, and Phil Demmel, the guitarist, for the last 15 years or something. Yeah. Both decided to step away from the band.
They both felt that at the time that basically Rob Flynn was choking the band.
Well, that's what Rob Flynn said, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, well, he even came out and said it himself. He knows that he's been choking the band, and fair plays to admitting to it, because I don't know many other people that would admit to that. Most of the times they just end up arguing and throwing stupid insults on Twitter to each other.
Yeah, he did it very, very maturely, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, very.
But, so Phil Demmel, Gary Holt, it's kind of under sad circumstances, which is why I said the positive and the negative. Gary Holt who used to be in Exodus.
That's right.
Who has joined Slayer over the last few years since the passing of Jeff Hanneman.
That's right.
His mum is on death's door. Basically, she's not got very long left, and it's got to the point where he feels that he can't carry on with the tour, and he
which
needs
is
to spend
understandable
time with his mum. Yeah, absolutely understandable.
Yeah. But hopefully, things are okay with the, Gary and family. So
yeah, really, really difficult time for him. He did say the guys from Slayer were superb about it.
Yeah. And fair place to Phil Demmel for stepping in
and
learning 19 songs in 2 days.
That is incredible. And this isn't 19 Oasis songs. This isn't 19 songs with or Green Day songs. No. They're not 3-chord songs.
No.
They are Slayer songs.
They're Slayer songs, really fast, shreddy, and everything.
My only question is, now Phil Demmel is a metal guitarist.
Yeah.
The man has lived and breathed metal for a long time.
Yeah.
He must have known a fair few of them anyway.
Why, you would have thought you would have.
You'd have thought,
especially stuff like
Angel of Death,
Rain and Blood.
Yeah. Dead Skin Mask.
They've got to be there in the background.
Disciple. Oh my God! I'm getting so excited about Slayer. Gonna see you at Download.
I saw him a few weeks ago.
I'm gonna headbutt my own face off. I don't even think that's a physical possibility.
If you go to Download and you see Chris, just stand within about 100-metre radius of him and do not get your head face butted.
No. If you see a man whose face is imploding, that's me. Yeah. Buy me a beer.
Yeah. Just to clear up the mess.
Yes, please.
Oh, man. I'm going to go on to other news and go with Gene Simmons is just being arrested again.
Yeah.
Well, he's being sued. He's not arrested. He's sued. Either way.
Yeah, well, still.
For sexual battery.
Sexual battery?
Yeah. And I'm not talking battery by Metallica.
Why is it that my brain automatically went there?
Yeah, same.
Sexual battery. Okay.
So,
like 130 pumps per minute. Battery.
But to be fair,
keep up with that.
Yeah, this isn't the first time he's been charged with sexual assault or anything like this before, because he had a case at the beginning of the year as well.
Isn't he married still?
Well, that's what I thought.
Because he's married to Shannon something or other.
Well, apparently
she was a booby model.
Yeah. Well, apparently in the latest with the court, it was described that he had reached over and forcefully placed his hand on the woman's vagina, completely covering it.
I like that they had to specify that he completely covered it.
Yes. So
I don't know if that's saying a lot about like the size of his hands. Or...
I don't know, but this was on a.
I don't know why that piece of information is particularly pertinent.
Oh man!
Like if you touch somebody's vagina and they haven't asked you to or given you permission to,
yeah,
like it doesn't matter whether you lightly touch it with your finger or grab it like Donald Trump. It's still illegal. You're still a filthy, horrible shit.
I'm wondering how much the woman's going to get paid in fees, because the last time he done
fees,
fees, whatever. Yeah, she was paying for it. No. What it was is at the beginning of the year, the first settlement was with a broadcast journalist from Fox News, which then led to Gene Simmons getting a lifetime ban from Fox News.
That's no bad thing, to be quite honest. Fox News spouts enough shit as it is.
Oh, yeah.
Without having that fucking sheep-headed twat on it.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it with celebrities from the 70s and 80s? Like, why don't you guys understand that you can't just grab people's vajayjays?
Well, exactly. I mean, it's not like we go around just grabbing all the poontang.
No, I just grab dick.
Oh man, that's a
look at the bloke in the eye and go, what's the problem?
I mean, you can get your hand off of mine right now.
Never.
Anyway, let's go over to more news. What have you got, sir?
Okay, so actually, I want to end on a lighter note, so I'm going to start with a shitty piece of news.
Okay.
Or carry on with a shit piece of news.
Okay.
Unfortunately, whether you're a fan or not, or you've were or whatever, but Bring Me the Horizon recently played Ali Pali. I think it was on the 30th of November.
Something like that, yeah.
Really fucking sad news. Played a gig at Ali Pali, which is great for them, big venue, like they definitely deserve to be playing venues that size.
Yeah.
One of their fans unfortunately died at the gig.
Ah, fuck.
So
that's never good.
No. The band have released a statement, obviously just saying that they're gutted and that, you know, their thoughts and prayers and stuff go out to the family. At the minute, the details are really sparse.
Right, okay.
Nobody's actually come out and said
this is what happened.
This is what happened. But the ambulance were called for somebody who was struggling, apparently, and like had been struggling in the crowd. And by the time they arrived, said person was not doing so well. They had one of the paramedics. Like, bearing in mind, this is Alexandra Palace. This is North London. This is like managed to arrive in 4 minutes.
Fuck.
From the call,
well
4
done.
minutes.
Well done to the services there.
Yeah, I mean, everyone bitches about the fucking NHS and stuff. Like, 4 minutes.
4 minutes through North London.
Yeah, that's
great on them.
Incredible. Yeah, and Ali Pali is out of the way as well.
It is. It's on top of the massive hill.
Yeah, it's a ball ache to get to. So fair play. But yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't save said person's life. So
man.
There hasn't been any details really from Ali Pali. They haven't sort of said, oh, it was this, it was this.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's not crowd related.
Well, I'm hoping not. But you know,
hoping it's not. Crowd killing or
no.
fucking...
I mean, this was like well, obviously the guy didn't die, but back when the Machine Head came to Southampton.
Do you know what? Yeah, as soon as I heard this, I thought, if it's one of those incidents, if it's like, for those of you who didn't listen or may not have listened to the podcast before,
yeah.
So we went to see Machine Head at Southampton Guildhall a couple of months ago.
About 2-3 months ago.
2-3 months ago, and they had to stop the show early and
just before the last song. Basically,
they didn't get to
somebody
play
decided
Halo.
They became Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
and decided to just go. The sound of Chris cracking open a cold one.
We're going to see Enter Shikari in a bit, so
and Milk Teeth.
And Milk Teeth. Oh yeah, I forget how good fucking Milk Teeth are.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the news. So yeah, basically somebody went all Hulk Hogan on another person in the crowd and decided to suplex the other guy
right on his neck,
head. Yeah, and causing the guy to become unconscious for
like 40 minutes,
45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Causing the paramedics to have to come in and stuff and cutting the show early by 1 or 2 songs. Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. We all know that. I mean, we all kind of sign up if you get in a mosh pit, a gig. You're
signing yourself to.
Jamie Jaster always calls it consensual violence,
which is what it is.
Because that's what it is. It's cathartic. It's a release, but you know that there is a chance you're going to get an elbow in the head, as you did to some poor fucker at the Dirty Nil.
Sorry, that's my bad.
There is a chance that you're going to get injured. I'm pretty sure I fractured my shin at Bring Me the Horizon a few years back.
Yeah. What was it about a Bring Me show that hurts people?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh, that was somebody who was still toe cap booted me in the shin.
Ouch.
Yeah. About 3 days later, I was like, why is my leg like 3 times the size it should be? And then that happened. That stayed like that for about 8 weeks, and I was like, this isn't good. But
no,
it's fine now. Probably.
Well, probably.
I think it's all right now.
Well, seeing you snatch your Achilles as well.
Yeah, it's a bit lumpy, but it's fine. Yeah, but I hope to God that it is. Yeah. It sounds horrible, but I hope to God that it's just somebody who, is kind of.
I'm just wondering if it's somebody that was a little bit worse for wear going into the gig.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, obviously, with the heat in the crowd and everything else, just unfortunately.
Yeah, because if it's somebody that's like, fucking drop kick somebody or like bash them on their head or whatever, then fucking hell. Shit news anyway.
Yeah, shit news.
I mean, really shit news. I mean, it just brings it back to the fact that, like, if you guys ever go to a gig, I don't give a shit whether it's rock or metal or dance music.
You look out for each other. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, exactly. You're all there to have a good time. You're all there to have fun. Yeah, like, if you see somebody go down, pick them up
straight away.
It doesn't matter about the genre of music.
No.
It doesn't even matter if you're in a hip hop show and you think you're well hard and that.
Spoilers for later. What we've been listening to.
Yeah. Just fucking pick people up, look after each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to a B-rated award show, which has just announced nominees.
Oh, that's good. That's on mine as well. Yeah.
Yes, the Grammys. So I've got here the
nominations.
The nominations for Best Metal, Best Rock Performance, Best Rock Song, and Best Rock Album.
And Best New Artist might be interesting to us as well.
We got that one, but we'll see. So, for Best Metal Performance, goes with Between the Buried and Me with Condemned to the Gallows.
Yep.
Deafheaven with Honeycomb.
Yep.
High on Fire by Electric Messiah. Oh no.
High on Fire.
High
Electric
on Fire
Messiah
with
by. Yeah.
Then Trivium with Betrayer.
Yes.
And Under Oath with On My Teeth.
Yeah.
Now, out of those, only because I've seen them live, it is going to have to be Trivium for me.
Yeah.
And going by the sounds of all of them, I think with Trivium having a great comeback album.
It's been fucking superb. Like this last 18 months, 2 years has been fucking brilliant for Trivium. And well deserved.
Oh, big time. So deserved. I mean, when we saw them at Brixton, that was just one hell of a fucking show. Mm-hmm. Absolutely incredible.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. To go on after Code Orange
still the show.
And still go, like, you guys are here to see us. Yeah. This is our show. Like that.
And Power Trip was solid.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think they'll win it.
I don't think they will. Not because they don't deserve it, but because when you look at a band like Under Oath and think how different they are.
Well, I think Deafheaven have got this in the bag.
You reckon?
Yeah, that song is fucking stunning.
Yeah.
Honeycomb is absolute stunning. The album is stunning. And people in the press are talking that that Deafheaven are revolutionising black metal. I just can't see them not walking away with it.
Well, I can. I'll get to that in a minute after this next category. So we'll go with Best Rock Performance. So you have starting off with the nominees are Arctic Monkeys with 4 out of 5. Mm-hmm. Chris Cornell with When Bad Does Good. The Fever 333 with Made in America.
Yes.
Greta Van Fleet with Highway Tune. And Hailstorm with Uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Now, in my eyes, the Fever 333 should have that hands down.
Yeah, but they won't. It's going to be Greta Van Fleet, isn't it?
Well, it'll be either them or the Arctic Monkeys. Because this is the trouble with the Grammys. The judges that judge the awards are so fucking shit.
They are weird anomalies in who. Like, I mean, we've seen it before with Metallica losing to Jethro Tull, like for best metal performances.
Yeah, how does that work?
I don't know. How do they get put in the same category? I don't know.
Well, exactly it.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, we can't really put too much. Do you know what? This is what annoys me about the Grammys. I always say you can't put any stock in the Grammys. They're political and they're bullshit and blah blah blah. But when Code Orange were up for a Grammy, I was shitting the bed because I was so excited at the fact that I was hell-bent that Code Orange were going to win it. They were going to walk away with this Grammy. And I think it was Mastodon that walked away with it.
Yeah, it was Mastodon.
Mastodon fucking amazing. So I've got no problem with that.
I've got no problem with that. But when you have somebody as diverse and revolutionary as Code Orange...
Yeah, and particularly... particularly last year. Like, that Code Orange last year were the band of the year.
Oh, hands down.
Hands down.
The word was there, is it?
Exactly. And to not walk away as winners of that award was a bit mental.
Oh,
so yes, I don't think Made in America is going to get the Grammy for this.
Although it should.
It should. Do you know the annoying thing?
Go
on. And he comes up a lot on the Grammys list when you look at it. Now, the Fever 333 have got a lot of hip hop in them.
Yeah.
If that song Made in America featured Childish Gambino, that'd win, hands down.
Or Post Malone, either one.
Yeah. Because it's got Childish Gambino on it. And the song This Is America by Childish Gambino is likely to win because it's nominated. And it's probably likely to win in that category because it's a fucking great song.
Yeah.
It's a really good song and it's hard hitting and the video to it is really hard hitting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any more hard hitting than The Fever. I just think it's more commercial.
That's all it is. That's what commercial levels are these days.
I mean, Jason Butler...
But then again, on an outside shot, I wouldn't put it past Hailstorm winning this on how massive they've become.
To be honest, no. I genuinely think Greta Van Fleet have got that hands down. There's such a lot of buzz around Greta Van Fleet.
There is for fuck all reason, really.
Well...
well, you went to see them a couple of weeks ago.
It's not for fuck all reason. It's for the quality of that EP.
Yeah.
It's not for the quality of their album, because the album is not as good. And it's definitely not for the quality of their live output, because their live output is fucking boring and pedestrian. But they're going to win that, I reckon.
Hands down.
I think they are.
Yeah, I can see that happening. But anyway, let's go to Best Rock Song.
Yeah.
So we've got Bring Me the Horizon with Mantra.
Yeah.
Ghost with Rats.
Yeah.
Greta Van Fleet again with Black Smoke
Rising. Which is my favourite one of their songs, to be fair. It's fucking brilliant.
St. Vincent with Mass Education.
Yeah.
And 21 fucking Pilots doing jumpsuits.
Yeah, but 21 Pilots are a big deal though, mate. Like...
They're a big deal, but, you know, I really like St. Vincent. I came across her watching a Jules Holland show, and she is phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her. So
yeah, she's so different, diverse, out there.
Yeah,
and she's just crossing a lot of boundaries.
Cool.
But again, you know, where do you go with this? Do you go with the fact that you go with commercial? Go with 21 Pilots because they've become such a massive deal?
It's going to be them, isn't it?
It's going to be. And then you've got Greta Van Fleet. It'll be a toss up between the two.
I actually think this is quite a well worked out category because you've got 5 songs there that are all very, very different.
Yeah,
and they all really span the genre,
the rock genre,
the palette of rock. Yeah, I mean, Mantra, Bring Me the Horizon. It is a fucking great song.
Yeah,
I don't care whether you don't like Bring Me the Horizon anymore.
Yeah.
Rats. And you don't think that they're a metal band anymore. It doesn't really matter. Well, that is a great fucking track.
It's a solid tune.
Rats is amazing.
I like Rats just because it's just so diverse from the band. It's something completely different and uncharted territory.
I mean, if I can pick, it would be Rats. If it was my vote, my vote would go to Rats.
Yeah. Do you know what? Out of the 5, it would definitely go to Rats for me.
To be fair, for me, it would be Rats and then Black Smoke Rising probably, and then Mantra.
Big time.
Just because Black Smoke Rising is genuinely a fantastic song.
And then quickly, just the last two. Best Rock Album.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains with Rainier Fog. Fall Out Boy with Mania. Ghost with Prequella.
Can I just ask, why the fuck a Fall Out Boy anywhere near rock album?
I didn't even realise they'd released an album anytime soon.
It is dog shit. It's not got any rock on it at all. There isn't a single fucking guitar on that album. It is worse than Maroon 5, that album.
That's a big one to go by.
Oh, and I would happily set fire to Maroon 5. And that's how bad this Fall Out Boy album is. It is terrible.
Yeah, so, and the last two are Greta Van Fleet with From the Fires, and Weezer with Pacific Daydream.
Do you know what really interests me about this?
Go for it.
So Pacific Daydream is a really odd Weezer album.
It is for them, on their level.
Yeah.
It's very experimental.
Yeah, it is. And it's really... I mean, Pacific Daydream is the perfect title for that album. It's really very sunshine and rainbows.
It is.
Weezer usually
just imagine being stuck on a raft in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Do you know what it reminds me of, that album, when I listen to it?
Go
on. You know that, and this is going to sound really weird, but you know when Rammstein released Mineland, or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
The like one-off single, and the video. Yeah, and the video was like a 1960s like Surfing Beach USA Beach Boys video. Yeah. Pacific Daydream is that video. It's like this kind of tongue-in-cheek piss take of the Beach Boys.
Yeah, essentially it.
Which is weird for Weezer, because they're usually like kind of saccharine and kind of sweet.
Yeah.
But the tones of the album are usually pretty dark and pretty fucking grim.
Yeah.
But done in this like sugary sweet candy cane way. Whereas this is just candy cane and like teeth ache.
It really is.
This one. And From the Fires, Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking album.
No.
It's an EP. They've released an album.
What's the album called?
The album is called Music for the Daft Cunts That Buy Shit Music.
It's a great name for an album by Greta Van Fleet.
No, it's something to do with the Peaceful Army.
Oh, yeah, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. Yeah.
Yeah, From the Fires is easily superior to that, but it is an EP.
I would give this album, again, rock album, Prequella, easily, hands down. It's Uncharted Territories from them, it's massive, it's arena ready.
It is,
it's everything
I mean, the only other one with even a talking point is
Alice in
Chains, because they are fucking brilliant, and that album is really genuinely brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, I've listened to it, I listened to it when I reviewed it.
Yeah.
The more I've listened to it, the more I've dug it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's really.
But
good.
That's all I've got. I mean, I won't really go into best new artist because they're back in it. They're in the category as well. Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
But then they've got the likes of, I don't know who these people are. Luke Combs, Chloe X Hall, Her, Dua Lipa. I know. Margot Price, BB Rexha, and Georgia Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no idea half of those.
Neither do I. I'm surprised when I look at best rap album. I'm surprised that Eminem's isn't in there, considering everyone says it's the greatest fucking thing in the world ever.
No.
No, I agree. It's not. No. It's nowhere near his best stuff.
No.
But
anyway, let's go over. What you got? Anything to end on?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I have got other news. The Witch Rot story.
The what story?
Oh, mate.
You get all these good stories. Where do you find them?
Well, I don't know how you haven't heard about this. So, for those of you that don't know, Witch Rot are a Canadian metal band that broke up recently.
Oh, right.
They released a statement on Facebook on the 27th of November explaining why they had broken up.
Because they're all daft cunts and can't play instruments.
I'm going to show Chris the picture of that they put. So there is for you guys, there is a busted guitar and a load of old...
In a dumpster.
In a dumpster to show the dramatic end of Witch Rot.
Okay.
The statement, this is genius.
Okay, go for it.
Reads, due to the unfortunate reality of our guitarist fucking my girlfriend of almost 7 years, Witch Rot will be taking an extended hiatus. I, however, will continue the band in another space and time. Being ripe with hate, the music is slowly flowing and without a doubt will become the most devastating, torturous music I have ever created. Thanks for the support. Stay heavy, Peter. P.S. Also, our drummer died.
What? Hold on. What? What the fuck? Hold on. That just completely took a complete left turn.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that also true?
Okay, so no, it's not technically true.
Okay.
But this went around the internet a couple of weeks ago because people were like, this is the best fucking statement a band has ever put out for the reason they've split up. Like, fucking brilliant.
That's better than Dead from Mayhem in his suicide note just saying, excuse all the blood.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, so... yeah, so the part about the girlfriend banging, yes, that was true. Like,
okay. That's not cool, dude. Not cool.
No, it's not. However, what actually happened was the guitarist... so I think the band's drummer quit a few weeks before this happened. So okay. I think he kind of knew that the writing was on the wall and things got quite tense. So he did quit. And Peter, the lead singer, spoke to the drummer and said, look, I'm going to put this statement out. Do you think I should? Do you think it's a good idea? And he put, yeah, fucking do it, mate. Like, definitely do it.
Yeah.
And he put, he said, yeah, like, put that out, but don't put that I've left. Just put that I've died. He was like, no one will give a shit. Because, they're not a big band.
Well, no, I've never heard of them, so...
Yeah, exactly. He was just like, just put that I've died. Like, no one will give a fuck. Like, it'll be funny.
He's going to fake his own death.
Obviously,
could you imagine
people did give a fuck because it went viral and it has gone round the
day
internet.
That if, say, his mother or father or whoever knew that he was in this band and stuff like that, didn't know this note was about, hasn't seen their son for about a few days, and they just see this note come up saying, P.S. our drummer is dead.
Do you know what? It's funny you should mention that. A few years ago, my friends... So, well, they'll know who I'm on about. So my my friend Ben, who you have met when you came to my boxing fight. So my friend Ben on Facebook once did some sort of online prank and said that our friend Bryn had died.
Oh shit!
Now, didn't tell Bryn about this said prank, and I think, as far as I can remember, Bryn's like parents and stuff were getting messages like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," and he was like, "What the fuck?" They were phoning him, and he was like, "No, I'm fine." But like people were sending genuine messages of condolences to his family and posting on his Facebook wall and stuff like that. Ben's just in the background going, hee hee hee.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So one of my mates has officially been dead.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, but that is all I've got for the.
Yeah, that's all I've got for the news for today. Should we go over to what we've been listening to?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we start about the albums we talked about,
yes,
as we mentioned earlier, we went to go and see Zealanada last week, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
So we went down to Brighton.
Brighton
in the fucking pissing down rain that we got stuck in.
The weather was dog shit, wasn't it?
Oh my god, it was the worst. Especially when we came back after you. We
I was just... So I'd been to my work Christmas party the night before.
Hanging out of your
arsehole. I was properly hanging. Yeah, I was not in a good way. But I was totally legal and okay to drive.
Yes, you were. We
breathalyzed
you before.
I stopped drinking at 7 o'clock in the evening.
The only other bad thing about that is I gathered a blowout on the fucking motorway.
You blew your load, didn't you?
I blew my load all over the motorway. Yes, yeah. I had a flat tire on the motorway.
I had to come and clean it up.
You did come and clean it up. You dragged me around and cleaned it all up.
I did. I cleaned it all up for him. Took him to Quick Fit.
Yeah, they knew what to do.
But so we had a slightly eventful trip down to Brighton, but we did get to Brighton, and we went to the Haunt.
The Haunt.
Yeah, which I've never been to before.
No, I've never been.
And it was a fucking cool little venue.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that place.
Yeah, shout out the Haunt.
Yeah.
Like you guys that live down in Brighton probably already know about it. But
yeah, but obviously
we've
never
been there before, and it was really cool. I really liked it.
But yeah, so we went to go see Zealanada.
Cool little venue. It's definitely got a it's got a slightly bigger but do you know what it reminds me
intimate.
Of? It reminds me of a nightclub that used to be in Southampton that is no longer there called the Dungeon.
Yes.
That's what it reminds me of. It looks very dingy and rocky.
Yeah.
And
if you go more commercial, then think of the Electric Ballroom in Camden. It's a lot like that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, cool venue, and fuck me, was the music good. So there was only one support band that night, and that was a band called Blanket.
Blanket, yeah.
Who are a very proggy sort of... They're just... The name of the band describes them.
Yeah, perfectly. Yeah, absolutely
perfectly.
Listening to them,
you feel safe, you feel warm, and you're on a journey. And
yeah, so they're a post rock band, aren't they?
Post rock prog
post rock, post rock, bit of post metal in there, kind of a bit like the softer, more melodic sides of Black Peaks, or
but like, just as they still have the flair of Tool.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't like using that, but for me,
I get it.
Stood there, watching that Tool.
It twists, it turns, it goes. It's also got that a lot of their songs had that very hypnotic kind of that very hypnotic riffing and stuff like that just really gets you into it. To start with, like, just because of the way the venue's set up, the drummer was basically from where I was sat behind a pillar.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see him.
I couldn't see him while we were there.
For ages I was convinced that they were a three-piece, and that the drums and everything else were on track. Yeah. And then I saw like a stick,
hand or stick come out from behind the pillar.
But yeah, they all were really genuinely fucking good. I really liked them.
Good.
And I've gone back and listened. this year alone they've released an album, a full album, and an EP.
Oh, good going.
Just this year, yeah.
Good going there.
So obviously their creative juices are flowing.
Yeah. I know my juices were flowing that night.
They were really good. Like, yeah. If
you're into that sort of
the album particularly, like the first track is so like starts so ambient and beautiful. And just flows just floaty and lovely.
It does get
and then
gritty.
You've got those kind of gritty, crunchy guitars, and they are really good.
Yeah.
I need to listen to them a little bit more before.
I need to listen to them a bit more before I sort of delve too much in. But I
need to listen to the album a bit more before I consider my top 20.
Oh, really? That good?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'll give that a listen. I will give that a listen. Like, you should give Turnstile a fucking listen.
Yeah, I should. Sorry, Turnstile.
Anyway, but yeah, going on to Zealand
Yes.
Oh.
Was it the first time you've seen him?
Second, because I saw him at Grass Pop.
You saw him at Grass Pop. I saw him at Download the same year. Yeah.
But first time headlining show.
Yeah.
So.
What did you think?
Solid. Like, solid.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, it sounds just as good as the albums.
It does. It definitely does.
Yeah.
So those of you who don't know, Zealand slap yourself.
Yeah. They are a avant-garde sort of.
Yeah.
You know.
Avant-garde black metal band
that use the black slavery music.
Yeah, so chain gang chanting,
and stuff like that. Bluesy. It's just such a bizarre mix. But how Marcel makes it work, I do not know.
Do you know what? I don't want to just. What I don't want to do is just go, oh my god, that's so amazing, because it doesn't really tell anyone about the show.
No. So the show.
So the premise. Those of you that don't know, the premise of Zealand as a band are that the idea behind it is that it's kind of asking the question: what about if when sort of slaves were picked up in Africa and they went to the US and they were like working on plantations and stuff, rather than turning to God and asking for salvation and becoming religious and kind of being very holy and in turn very like turn the other cheek, what about if they had turned around and said, actually, let's worship the devil, let's go for the devil's teachings? What would have happened? And it would have been a much more fucking violent and...
Oh, God, would it ever.
And that's the kind of theme...
That is the premise behind Zealand.
Yeah.
And from the first album to the second album, it carries on. Mm-hmm. It then tells the story, especially with the songs like Row Row, tells you about the stories of them coming over.
Yeah, well, the album itself is called Stranger Fruit.
Yeah.
And it's based on... an album by bloody hell, what was her name? She was a black soul singer in the 60s.
Aretha Franklin?
No, before that. I can't remember her bloody name now. But she released an album called Strange Fruit.
Okay.
And Strange Fruit is what they used to call basically black people that had been lynched.
Oh, okay.
Billie Holiday. She released.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a massive thing back then for Billie Holiday to release an album called a song called Strange Fruit, because it was like she was actively talking about black slavery and the horrendous shit that had happened. But so if you think about like the way you'd want a show that is based around the idea of slaves turning to Satan, this fucking delivers. Like it's so theatrical.
It is.
Considering they don't actually have like, they're still fairly small. Zealand really. They're not really Rammstein.
No.
So they're not going to have like Eddie coming out and stuff like that.
So essentially, the premise of it is they start off coming onto the stage, in cloaks with hoods over their faces.
There is so much smoke.
A lot of smoke.
There is. I've never been to a gig where the stage is
covered,
bathed in smoke as much. Like the whole show. I don't know how the fuck he sings or any of the three, because there is now, when you see them live, there is only basically it's a one man band. It's a one man band, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Nine Inch Nails.
Marcel.
Yeah, it's Marcel. Is it?
No.
I thought it was.
Something similar, but...
I'm pretty sure it was Marcel.
No.
Anyway,
so he's a one-man band, so he does all the music, everything. However, on... when they're live, he's got two backup singers. One that looks like Thor.
Oh, Emmanuel.
One that looks like Thor, and one that is fucking like this little sort of scrawny little lad who has got one of the most brutal fucking vocal performances I've ever heard. It's amazing.
So
and
good.
he is one of the best parts of the show.
Oh,
like,
big time.
Just watching him go mental, like he's possessed by the devil.
According to Wikipedia, Zealand is no longer a one-man band. The other people in the band are actually considered a band now.
Cool. That is cool. I mean, I know that Manuel kind of...
Yeah, it is.
He kind of records a lot of the stuff, but... Yeah, so it's so bathed in smoke. It's so eerie and fucking creepy.
And then to hear those guttural vocals after those chants.
It's so brilliant. Like, they are so good live. They're way better now than they were at Download.
So much better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Those songs from Stranger Fruit seem to have got bigger.
They're just... The delivery performance is huge.
His vocals seems to have got better.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw them at Download, the only thing I will say is when I saw them at Download, and I don't know whether this is the strains of playing a headline set, but when we saw them at Download, it seemed more visceral.
Yeah.
Like, when he was singing, it seemed like he was just tearing himself in two.
Yeah.
Whereas when we saw them the other night, he didn't sound any worse. He sounded fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it just looked more controlled.
Looked more controlled.
Yeah.
And therefore looked slightly less emotive. It looked slightly less like he was putting his hand down his throat and pulling his heart out like the old...
That's pretty much it.
Kalima!
Yeah.
Kalima!
Yeah.
Mum jibab. Indiana Jones reference for all you kids.
No, sort of on the premise of things, the whole show was just amazing. And if you get a chance to see them, fucking go.
Definitely. They were fantastic.
You won't get it. But anyway, let's move on to our albums we listened to this week. So, where do you want to start? Do you want to start with Death Ray Vision or Unearth?
I don't give a shit.
Shall we go with Unearth?
Yeah!
So, Unearth from Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston.
And they were formed in 1998. And this is their 7th album with...
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck! I didn't realise they'd done that much.
And this album is called Extinctions.
It is called Extinctions, yes.
So, I'm going to let you start on this one because, you know, I think this is more aimed towards you.
Okay, yeah. So, right, Unearth have always been... So, I don't know about you, but my relationship with Unearth started in... I think it was quite late if they started in 99. I think it was...
98 they started, but yeah.
So my relationship with Unearth started when they released their 3rd or 4th album called The March.
Yeah.
Which I think was like 2007, 2008.
Something like that, yeah.
Now basically I got into them because at the time I was really big into Killswitch Engage and Trivium and all those bands that had come out at that kind of second wave of metalcore.
Yeah.
After what is actually metalcore.
Yeah, so it's more... This is the American metalcore sort of scene.
Yeah. I'm just making the point that lots of people think the metalcore started with Killswitch Engage, and they don't think about like Vision of Disorder or things like that. So, but anyway, snob moment over. I got into them basically because I was a massive Killswitch fan, and Adam D, the guitarist from Killswitch Engage, was their manager and produced like the first 3 albums.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when it came to The March, it was like, I read in Metal Hammer, it's like, this is the best album yet, and I was thinking, ooh, Adam D, like, and I think he actually guests on like guitar and stuff like that, and he does backing vocals and all sorts of shit. So I was like, he's fucking really involved in this.
Yeah.
So definitely, I'm getting involved in this because I loved Killswitch. I really fucking liked Times of Grace.
Yeah.
With him and Jesse Leach. fucking album's so
it's
underrated.
A solid one.
Maybe we do an Adam D special.
Ooh.
Maybe that's one for another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got into him around then, and I was like a bit disappointed, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted
a bit more.
Yeah, and I was like, this is fairly fucking bog standard kind of metalcore.
Yeah.
Probably slightly better than a lot of the shite that was out.
Yeah.
But, however, their last album came out a few years ago called Watchers of Rule.
That's right.
Was fucking brilliant.
It was solid.
It was so good.
Yeah. I mean, that's when I sort of came into them, really, was off the last album.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is not a bad place, because that last album is a fucking banger.
So where do you go from
Well
that?
Underrated. Well, I was hoping for quite big things.
Yeah.
From this.
And well, this is where I mean, okay, for me, this is where I go. I'm not overly enthralled by it.
Okay.
I feel it's very generic for the metalcore scene.
Yeah.
But in comparison to the last album, it's a lot more cleaner and crisp.
Yes, and yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do you know what? And that is my problem with it. My problem with it isn't the quality of the songs as such. It's not even the.
It's not a quality
they've
thing.
Changed slightly.
Here's how I see it. On a commercial sense, nah, not for me, and not for everybody.
No.
But if you're a fan of Unearth, then you will like this because it is everything that Unearth are about. But
yes, it is Unearth, but it's like you said, it's a bit more polished. It's a bit more put together.
Yeah, the production value's there. You can tell it's there,
Yeah.
and everything is just all more shiny and as I said, the crisper sounds of the guitar finishes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I don't think that does them any harm.
No, it doesn't. But it just
to them, there's a big problem. I have a big problem with this album, and it is nothing that Unearth have done.
No,
it's not their fault in the slightest.
Go on then.
So, like you've alluded to, it's slightly cleaner.
Yeah.
It's slightly more polished. It's slightly less metalcore and slightly more modern metal.
Right. So this is. Do you know who this is going to remind me of for the UK fans?
You're going to tell me exactly the band that I've come up with, and that's my problem.
Bury Tomorrow?
No.
Oh, who are you going to say?
So my issue with this album is that they have pushed themselves into that kind of more modern metal sound that a lot of British metalcore bands have gone into, and they have literally pitted themselves face to face up against Bleed From Within.
Oh, brilliant shout!
And I think Bleed From Within smashed the shit out of them.
They smashed the shit out of that.
Yeah, I think if this was a boxing match, basically what's happened is Unearth were a cruiserweight. They were a Tony Bellew.
Yeah.
Like, they were a fucking great cruiserweight, and they were shit hot at what they did. And then they basically stepped into Anthony Joshua's ring.
Yeah.
And they've had their head taken off.
Pretty much it.
Which is what they've done, because Bleed From Within this year have released the best album that they've ever made.
Pretty much
and one of the best metalcore best modern metal albums of the last fucking 5 or 6 years.
Oh.
Like.
Debatable, but yes.
Oh, it's so fucking good. I'll talk about that in a couple of weeks. And they by changing their sound slightly and making it slightly less hardcore, slightly less dirty.
Yeah.
They've put themselves right next to Bleed From Within, and Bleed From Within have kicked them in the nuts.
And basically, where I was going to go with this, with the whole Bury Tomorrow aspect of things, is if you're a fan of Bury Tomorrow, then this is basically just Danny doing all the vocals without Jason giving you the clean vocal harmonies or anything like that. It is raw. In that sort of sense, it is all that sort of more sort of guttural vocals.
Yeah,
but it's.
And I've got no problem with that. I think the vocals on this are fucking brilliant.
I do. I think the vocals are fantastic.
And do you know what? Also, what I will say is, I only learnt this today actually while I was just doing a little bit of extra research.
Yeah.
They actually brought in one of the guitarists from the Acacia Strain.
Yeah.
To help with.
That's right.
Help with writing and stuff like that, and I think he's brought in some really interesting moments.
And
like
he has.
The djenty kind of guitar riffs and stuff like that, which I think have really benefited them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really benefited them. I just think, yes, this is really good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, this is really fucking good. If you like metalcore, if you like Unearth, you are not going to be disappointed with this, because this is fucking great.
And it is.
There are some beastie riffs on this. There's some proper, like,
is there ever?
headbang, put your head through a wall stuff on this. I just don't think it's quite as good as Bury Tomorrow or Bleed From Within.
No, I don't. It's just...
I think the best thing on this is...
the last track of the album.
No, the last track on the album actually is fucking great. Like, but there's a couple of other things that I wanted to shout. One is Survivalist, which is a song about battling with mental health issues.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that it's got Caleb Shomo from Beartooth
is it?
guest vocaling on it.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got that really, really different vocal approach.
Yeah.
He's got a really different vocal approach, and I think like his scream really adds something to it. Also, there's a song called Hardlined Downfall, and I thought that was really interesting because it moves away from the traditional kind of metalcore stuff that they've been doing, and it's so fucking Slipknot. There's like, for those of you that really liked the new Slipknot single, All Out Life, if you go and listen to Hardline Downfall by Unearth, you'll really like it. It's got that kind of... they do that really cool thing that Slipknot do where they play essentially death metal riffs.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
In a commercially viable way.
Yeah.
Which is fucking great.
Yeah, it's just
but
like
you said,
metal to the masses.
Yeah, but like you said, the last song on this album is...
It's quality.
Do you know, and I'm so pleased because we always say that the last song on the album is...
It's what leaves the taste in the mouth.
Exactly, yeah. It's the aftertaste. Yeah. It's what you walk away with. And when I was listening to this, I started to get to the point where I was like, oh, this is really boring. Dropped off.
Yeah.
And then the last song's really fucking big. And
my only.
Do you know who it reminds me of?
Go on.
Sylosis.
Beer open time. Listen for it. Wait
Ready?
for it.
Oh, that's audio porn. Yeah, it really reminds me of Sylosis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, actually, great shout. I never thought about Sylosis.
And reminded me that I love Sylosis.
So go back and listen to Sylosis.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't want Josh to leave Architects.
No, just far from it.
Want him to also do Sylosis.
Yes.
Don't be lazy, Josh.
Anyway, let's go to our next album because I've been quite excited for this one actually. So this is Death Ray Vision with Negative Mental Attitude.
Yep.
So for those that don't know Death Ray Vision, they are a supergroup, hardcore supergroup.
Yeah. Hardcore, metalcore.
So they consist
Encore.
of... Yeah, encore, everything you want, encore.
Hardcore, you know the score, rhyme so good I deserve an encore.
Wow, I think we're going to have to start ourselves a rap album.
That was DJ Poe Piper.
Oh, was it?
Do you really like it? Is it wicked? No.
We're not loving it.
Get in the fucking bin, mate.
Anyway, this group consists of Jeff Gard from a band called Chuggernaut.
Yeah.
Pete Cortesi?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Overcast. Mike D. I can't say these names.
Mike D.
Just
Mike D.
Mike D would do from Kill Switch Engage. And Colin Conway, not anything to do with Conway Twitty, from Soul Remnants. And they also have a guy on here called Chris Rosati, who was a guest guitarist on this, because I can't find anything on him.
I recognise that name. He's in that scene.
Yeah, but I can't think of...
He's in that scene. He's been in a metalcore kind of band from that Massachusetts area, and I can't think who it is now, but I do know the name.
Okay.
They also used to have Brian.
So this is what I'm going to go with. So they've been around since 2011.
Yeah.
But this is the first album they've done without Brian Fair.
Yeah, who was in Shadows Fall.
That's right.
This is where I first heard about that. This band was because I saw Shadows Fall support Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
and I went and bought Retribution Falls, which was the album from around 2009. And really liked it, and I thought, oh, this is fucking great. So when this came out, their first album came out, I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And really liked it.
Yeah, and now this second album, or was it third album?
Third,
I think. I can't remember, but either way,
doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't, because this is essentially a restart for them because of the new vocalist coming in.
Yeah.
So, to me, I fucking like this.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Now, this is completely different to any other hardcore album I've heard of.
It's not a hardcore album.
It's not. Even though they're still branding it as hardcore.
It's not. It's definitely not.
It's not. So if you want a combination of bands of what this is like Cancer Bats meets Avenged Sevenfold.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah. Absolutely fucking smash that out of the park. Yeah. It's perfect.
So the delivery of the vocals and the clean sections and stuff is very much
I'm currently deleting all my notes. Because Chris has fucking smashed them all out of the park there. That is the perfect.
It is. The clean delivery vocals and stuff sounds very much like. Is it Mike Shadows?
M Shadows.
Yeah, M Shadows from Avenged. And then it's
the earlier stuff. It's Waking the Fallen.
It is Waking the Fallen. Yeah, this is what this album sounds like.
Yeah,
it is that, and I think this is done so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Okay, go on then.
Okay. I really wanted to fucking love this album, and I did for a lot of it.
Do you know what? This is an album that is difficult, that you will like it when you first hear it, but it's probably one of those that over time will fade. Because
it's not even that.
Because when you hear it, you will get the sort of sounds of Avenged Sevenfold, especially.
I've got no problem with that.
I've got no problem with that.
I love the bits. I genuinely like the bits when they go, oh, we're going to really lean on Waking the Fallen, kind of Avenged.
And then they start listening. Then they start listening to Snake Mountain.
So, do you know what? My problem is that most supergroups. No, I haven't. It's very rare that I hear a supergroup that are as good as the sum of their parts.
Yeah.
So the only one off the top of my head that I can think of that is a band that is as good as the sum of its parts is A Perfect Circle. They are essentially a supergroup.
Essentially. Oh, do you know where I was going to go with this? Axe Wound.
I was thinking them. They did pop up.
Yeah.
But I don't think Axe Wound haven't got the back catalogue.
No, they haven't.
They did one great fucking album.
Okay, if you're talking supergroups that over the
yeah. But
actually, one we talked about recently.
Is it Bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
I'm going to bring up Bloodbath.
Go for it.
Yeah. So right. So I think with a supergroup, it has to be a passion project.
Yeah.
Okay. And this does sound like a passion project. It does sound like something that the guys in it really like and enjoy. My problem with most supergroups is... Okay, no, actually, let me rephrase that. What I think is great about some supergroups, like A Perfect Circle, is that A Perfect Circle is fuck all like Tool.
That's right, yeah.
If you listen to Eat the Elephant... Which you should.
Because it's phenomenal.
Fucking fantastic.
Spoiler alert.
And I will talk about it in a couple of weeks. It is up there.
It's
It's still in a knife fight for the top 3.
Oh.
It is. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
That album sounds nothing like Lateralis or 10,000 Days. Nothing like it. The only part of it that is recognisable is Maynard's vocals.
Yeah.
But it's an album that Maynard wanted to make. It's an album that he was passionate about.
Oh, big time.
Axe Wound
was
it was a great album because you've got all these people from all different places coming to make this one really just riffy fucking metal album.
Yeah.
I don't like it when people come together and they make something that sounds quite similar to their normal bands, because I think what's the point?
This is the trouble.
Save it. Take it back to your band. Like, some people, my mate Graham will probably text me tomorrow saying you're a fucking dickhead, but Killer Be Killed.
Yeah.
So it's a supergroup made up of Troy from Mastodon and Max Cavalera and various other people. And that was some of its. That was not as good as the sum of its parts. It was too close to being what they normally did, and this is too close to being what Killswitch is.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Well, yeah, because Killswitch came out around the same time as Avenged Sevenfold and everything else, so it's trying to be its past.
It's just not as fun. I think a side project should be fun.
Yeah.
Bloodbath
are fun.
Is those guys just having a fucking crack.
Yeah.
And you can hear it, and that's why I like it.
Cheeks moments and all over that.
Yeah. What I will say for this album, the positives on this album, because I don't want to dwell on it too much, because if I do, I'll bitch about it.
And we'll miss Enter Shikari.
Yes. I like it when they go full sort of Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
When they go into that kind of Waking the Fallen stuff, great. I like it when they go full throttle. I don't like it when they go softer, because there's the odd track where they go a bit like a Atreyu, and they can't do it as well. There is one song, and I think the best song on it is Whiskey Nose.
Yeah.
And it's like this weird mix of hardcore, metalcore, and Sunset Strip kind of glam rock.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it's fucking great.
It's quality.
It's good. It's got some bangers on it. It is front loaded.
Yeah.
If you really like this kind of music, you'll probably really like it. But
it's exactly.
There's better.
There is better out there. But again, if you're a fan of Avenged Sevenfold or Cancer Bats, give it a good crack.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah. Anyway, quickly, I'm going to go over a band that I've been listening to. Only really over the last few days, because they're a very small time band.
Yes.
So this is a band from the UK, from Newbury in the UK.
Yeah.
Not a million miles away from us, really. Not far.
It's not, no.
No. So this is a band.
I've got a kid that I teach who's from Newbury who keeps banging on about Newbury, and just to sort of, he finds it very funny. But I tell him that he thinks that Donald Trump is really hilarious.
Yeah.
So I've told him, he does we need to build a wall thing, and I've told him, because he keeps going on, he keeps talking to me about Newbury, because he knows I get wound up about it. He's like, this is Newbury Station, and I'm like, I'm going to be president one day, and I'm going to build a wall around Newbury. So I am sorry, this band that Chris is just about to mention, but within 10 years, when I'm Prime Minister, I'm going to build a wall around you.
Newbury, yeah. Anyway, so this is a band called Bandits, and they are very small time. Very, very small time. They've been around since 2013.
Yeah, you said they got a couple of hundred likes or something on Facebook?
Something like that. I can't remember how many it is exactly, but they released a 2-track single.
Yeah.
And I fucking love this.
Yeah.
The only way I came about this band is in the wrestling scene.
Mm-hmm.
There is a company in the UK called Revolution Pro Wrestling, which I have been to see many a time. And there is a tag team called HXC, and they are based on sort of a punk anarchist sort of group. And this is exactly what this album reminds me of. It is very punky, but it has elements of ska and thrash.
Yeah.
They are on Bandcamp, so if anybody gets onto Bandcamp, get onto Bandits. And you can buy this single for £2 or more, however much do you want to give towards the band.
Yes.
So, the first track, Rowdy, which is their single off the album, off the 2-track single, sorry. It's a very fun, very upbeat, very ska-based punk band.
Yeah, I did have a little listen. You gave me a little listen, and I picked up on. It is bouncy. I picked up on the specials, the jam, Interrupters. If you like classic ska, classic punk,
with underlines of thrash.
Yeah, there is a little bit of that. Weirdly, there is that kind of hardcore crossover. A little bit of Bad Brains.
That's exactly what it is. It's like hardcore, but explaining its elements.
Yeah, if you wish that Bad Brains played specials songs.
Essentially,
perfect.
Yeah,
for you.
Because the vocal delivery is very fast, very very fluent. But then you go on to the second track on this single, and that's Reject, Refuse, Resist, and it's very much a thrashier sort of song. Again, with that fast sort of vocal hip hoppy sort of delivery.
Yeah.
But highly recommend anybody listen to this.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Yeah, it is cool.
I bought the single. I paid a bit extra than £2.
Yeah.
But
good, because you support the things you love.
Exactly, I support things I like, and I know what I like. So, if this band's out there, Why haven't I heard of you sooner? Why aren't you doing bigger things?
Yeah, give us a fucking shout, guys.
Give us a shout.
Give us a shout.
So yeah, but that's
come on the podcast and join us for our Christmas special.
Yeah, that'd be
Give
good.
us your top 20 albums of the year. I will shout over them because I'll be drunk, but fine.
But yeah, no, that's Bandits anyway, with their 2-track single called Rowdy.
Sweet. The only other thing that I have been listening to this week, I'm not going to take credit for this, for finding this band or this artist.
Well, you could do, because I didn't know you found this off somebody else.
Well, I'm not going to.
Okay.
So I was listening to. I also like listening to podcasts.
Ooh,
Shock
and horror.
Yes, I was listening to the Riot Act podcast with Stephen Hill and Remfry Denman. And Steve was talking about. He started talking about a rap album, and I was like, or a hip hop album, and I was like, I don't really fucking like hip hop. And we've talked a lot before.
We have.
That I used to love it.
Yeah.
It was not my first love, but it was one of those things that I really got into. I had Ja Rule albums, for fuck's sake. I'd loved DMX.
Yeah.
Like, I worked on my...
Brilliant.
So, yeah, but it's been a long time since I really loved a hip-hop album.
Yeah.
To be fair, the last one I think I really loved was Distraction Pieces by Scroobius Pip.
Nice. It's a great place to go.
Yeah, and I fucking love that album because there's actual instruments on it.
Yeah, this is not a tracked album.
Exactly. And it's not mumble rap. You can understand things, and it's clever.
You say that about this album. I didn't know half the words this guy was saying earlier.
Okay, so I have been listening to, for the last 24 hours, pretty much non-stop, I've been listening to an artist called Ocean Wisdom, and the album is called Wizville. And this is genuinely the best fucking hip-hop album I've heard since that Scroobius Pip album.
Yeah.
Maybe further, but I might prefer this to Scroobius Pip.
Wow.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like,
if you love the sort of, if you imagine the
classic hip hop, if you love classic hip hop, if you love Wu-Tang Clan,
all that.
Actually, Method Man is on this album.
So if you want to paint a scene in your head, take the old sort of skate BMX videotapes and stuff like that, and think of the music they were playing back in the background of those videos.
Yeah,
it would fit perfectly with this.
Yes, and do you know that's the reason I thought this is worth talking about, because those skate tapes and stuff, those fucking like the VHSs of like skate and snowboarding stuff, you would have something like Wu-Tang Clan, and then the next song would be
Cannibal Corpse or something.
Cannibal Corpse or Marilyn Manson, Angel with Scarred Wings.
Yeah.
Like, and this album, he's a UK guy, like Ocean Wisdom, he's a UK rapper, and he's not trying to hide it. He's not like some of the fucking UK rappers that try and hide and pretend they're American. He's fully fucking UK. He is quick as fuck.
Oh,
like, there are bits on it where he makes Eminem in Rap God sound like he's on half speed. He's that quick.
He's so quick.
But the tunes and the melodies underneath are fucking great, and they are so like
the bass.
This sounds like 1997 rap.
It does.
It's great.
The bass lines on these are phenomenal.
It's genius, but it all sounds like it's real instruments. It all sounds like.
Do you know what? I mean,
real music.
I've never been to a hip hop show or anything else, but I think I'd like to go and see that live.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, this is fucking great. I'm not going to bang on about it. Just go and fucking listen to it. If you like hip hop, go and listen to Ocean Wisdom, Wizville. It's fucking brilliant.
Do it. Anyway, that's what we've been listening to anyway. So let's go over to our playlist this week. And this week's playlist is inspired by
drugs.
Drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Drugs, man. Hi. That's a really bad impression.
So these are songs that we feel that
drugs, bad.
Were drugs based or based on drugs, or just makes you feel fucking lethargic.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we've picked 5 songs each, as always, and this will be up on Spotify.
Yeah.
So you can go and listen to this if you wish.
Yes. Should I start?
Please.
Can I start on a very obvious place?
Yeah, go for it.
Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb.
Oh, hello. Hello. So what made you pick this? Was it...
I hope the police aren't listening.
Go on.
I got a little stoned one day, and my friend put this on.
Perfect.
It's exactly like everybody else. Yeah. Everybody, if you've ever smoked,
it's mind bending, isn't it?
It's just
Pink Floyd.
You sit there and you're fucked. You're on a journey.
I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, but
I think so.
Maybe just with you. But
I think it might have just been with me. But this is right. Take away the drugs, the actual. I can listen to this and feel lethargic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can sit there in an evening, put this on, and just be away with it.
Yeah,
you don't even need any of that.
So like ethereal.
I think
you just go away.
I think the way you described it as mind bending is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It really
takes you places.
There's so many Pink Floyd tracks that just take you on a journey,
and comfortably,
regardless of whether you want to or
even
not.
Listening to this live. Thanks to my friend Ian for showing me this video, because they played it live in 1994 in Earl's Court in London.
Amazing.
And the guitar solo and everything is incredible.
Yeah.
So,
pretty fucking good, aren't they?
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah.
So, that's Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Okay, cool. So the first track that I picked for our playlist is a band. It's a song that I sort of feel like if you were on some sort of massive upper, so if you were if you decided to pop a pill, or if you did some MDMA, or if
this is how you would imagine it would be.
Yeah. And it's Photosphere by Crossfaith.
That's a quality tune.
Yeah, it is the sound of absolute delirious euphoria. It's fucking heavy, but it is so fast and so trancey and so out there and just so like full of energy. It's like epinephrine. It's like artificial adrenaline. This song.
Which album was that on? That was on the.
No, it's not on an album. It's on the EP. It's on Zion. The EP.
Oh, is it on Zion EP?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it genuinely still to this day is the best song they've ever released, and Omen included.
Omen, well, that's their remake of obviously Omen.
And I think this is the best song they've ever written. It's fucking brilliant.
It is a quality
banger
of a tune. Right, my next one. Okay, I don't know what kind of drugs you'd need for this, because this is scatty and all over the place, but I'm going to go with them boys in System of a Down.
Oh, yeah, nice.
With Vicinity of Obscenity.
Okay, fucking
hell. My God, I don't know what was going on with these guys at the time, or what kind of trip you need to be on to listen to this, because this is honestly just mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean, most System of a Down is pretty batshit mental.
But this song in particular...
You've picked a fairly obscurely fucking bonkers one.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine what you must have been...
The only one I can think of that is... it's not even more bonkers, it's just more frenetic, is Jet Pilot. Is the only thing I can think is like quite as fucking scatty.
But to me, Vicinity of Obscenity was just... I don't know.
It's batshit.
It
is batshit mental.
Big time. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm going to bring it right down.
Ooh, here we go.
Like in the dirt down. And actually, that was nearly, I say dirt like it's a pun, I nearly picked Alice in Chains.
Yeah, no, I can get that.
But I decided against that, and I went for Hurt by Nine Inch Nails.
Okay. I can see that, yeah.
Well, the song itself is about heroin.
Yeah.
The song itself. I don't think there is a song that quite encapsulates the pain of something like heroin. Like there are lots of 60s songs or 60s, 70s songs that talk about the euphoria and the kind of way out of your faceness. But I don't think there's anything that quite talks quite so grimly about the devastation that a drug like that has
on someone,
on them, their family, everyone around them. So I've gone for Nine Inch Nails, Hurt.
Yeah, no, I can totally get that. Going back on another sort of very frenetic song, I'm going to go with Mr. Bungle with Egg. Now that's 9.
I wondered if this was going to come up.
9.5 minutes of just
fucking absolute
batshit wizardry.
Mike Patton is fucking off his tits, isn't he?
He must be on a constant trip. I don't know what goes through that guy's mind.
Everything and nothing all at once.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. This song is just, again, it's 9.5 minutes of just such up and down, and half the time it's just, where is this going to take you?
Yeah.
It is a complete
head fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to go on with that, but I'd hate to listen to this song.
I can't wait to listen to this fucking playlist.
It's going to be
this playlist is going to break my brain.
Pretty much it.
Particularly if it's in order. I'm going to be like, oh.
But yeah, so that's Egg by Mr. Bungle.
Yeah, decent. So my third track, I thought I'd go for a slightly newer track.
Yeah.
Because I think that the album itself got a bit of a kick in.
Yeah.
And slightly unfairly, really. I have gone for Machine Head.
Oh, okay.
And I've gone for Triple Beam. Which is off their latest album, Catharsis. Which, although it's a bit silly in some respects, because I know it's something that he went through as a drug dealer when he was a kid or when he was younger, and he's now a 45-year-old man, so it sort of seems silly, but actually it still does a fucking good job at telling a really good story. And do you know what? If King 810 can get away with talking
about
like,
murder
I'm
and
such
stuff,
a nasty motherfucker, stab you with the Achilles
then
heel,
they will.
Then Machine Head should be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing it longer. So I'm going to go Triple Beam by Machine Head.
Okay, that's cool. Right. So here's a band that, to me, sums up everything they do is drug-worthy related. Yeah. Primus.
Oh, fuck off. Jesus Christ.
And they did a song called Welcome to This World, which is honestly the most...
I hate Primus.
I know a lot of people that either
fucking hate Primus. I hate them.
Oh man, but every song they've
they
done
make
just
perfect sense.
It's just loopy. The whole thing. But I think what it is for me is their bass lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Les Claypool is just a bass wizard.
That's why I hate him.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I love bass. I love hearing bass guitar, but he's such a dickhead.
But yeah, I mean, I couldn't really think of anything to narrow this down to. I did have My Name Is Mud, and then I thought, and I listened to that album and carried on and went, oh, actually, Welcome to This World is such a more trippy song.
Yeah.
It's just, no. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm surprised about?
Go on.
Well, you might be surprised about this as well. I didn't pick a single song from the latest Fucked Up album.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, because you could have literally done the whole album.
The whole album.
Because it's fucking mental.
It is.
It's amazing.
You have to. I think,
genuinely brilliant.
I think that is an album you have to listen to in its entirety rather than.
No, absolutely, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So my fourth song is Meshuggah, Bleed.
Ooh.
Because it sounds like the worst trip you could ever have.
I wouldn't want to be.
Imagine if you'd taken some sort of substance and that was what happened to you.
No.
That'd be horrible.
No,
it's the most horribly heavy...
I don't want to think about that.
But it's also fucking brilliant.
Oh,
as a song, it's brilliant.
Yeah, and I totally... I can
basically,
agree.
what this... Like, I once saw the reason I picked this is because I once saw a story about a guy that was on crystal meth.
Yeah.
And he was so out of his fucking face on crystal meth that he thought he was a zombie. And he was eating somebody's face. He killed somebody. It was in America, Atlanta or somewhere. He killed somebody and was eating the flesh off their face when the police turned up and he attacked them and they shot him dead. So this just sounds like that.
Yeah.
This sounds like what was going through his head.
Yeah.
Like, I need to eat someone's face.
I'm cringing at that.
Yeah.
Even the thought of that.
Yeah. Bad, isn't
it? Right. So I've got one song left out of my 5. Now, okay, this man is a man that's no stranger to the headlines for drugs. because let's face it, the grunge era was his.
Nirvana.
Yeah, but this was a song that Kurt Cobain did on his own, called Beans.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh, that song hurts my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a strange fella, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't understand what went through his mind, apart from...
Bullets.
Yeah. Which is literally what I was going with that. Well, allegedly, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Oh, man, but no. It's just crazy. It's batshit, and it's just a minute and a half of your life you're never getting back.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yeah, your last song, sir?
Yeah, so my last song, just to change it up, and I think this song is the best representation of the overuse of cocaine in the history of music.
Go for it.
Oasis, All Around the World.
Yes.
It's like 7.5 minutes long, and it is literally people going, I'm musical genius!
Which album was that from?
That's from Be Here Now, which is their most coked out, fucked up
I was going to
record.
say, that fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's my pick that's my last pick.
And it's a solid pick in that. Well, we'll leave it there anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So as for next week, we will be doing our award show.
Yes.
So we will be thinking up of some ideas of categories and stuff.
If there is any categories that you think we need to cover and we need to award somebody for their greatness in, then please let us know on Twitter or Facebook.
We will have a
Instagram.
hero and a
villain.
Beat batshit crazy person, not saying anything. Gene Simmons. Yeah. So we will come up with some categories and we will stick a name to those awards.
Yeah.
But for album of the year, you're going to have to wait for that one for another 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's going to be your little Christmas present, you fucking fuckers.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, cheery bye.
Cheery bye. We're going to go and mosh out to Samantha Shikari.
Yeah, buddy.
See ya.
Yeah, buddy.